sure is cold.
What's up, guys? Thanks for watching Digging Deep. And yet again, we're back in the saw shop today. We got a cool saw we picked up here. It's an older Poulan 3450 54cc chainsaw. This saw is pretty awesome, guys. I saw it and you won't believe what I got it for. I got this saw for only 30 bucks minus the bar. I did have to custom make this bar. This was a 372 XP bar, which is aluminum. I don't mind, so we custom fabricated that and made some tweaks for it to fit on there. So a stock OEM 372 bar is not too hard to put on these. I do have one coming. It should be here today. I think I might leave this bar on here. But anyhow, this saw is pretty freaking neat, guys. In past videos, I've spoke about Poulans and how the newer saws, the newer big box store saws, are just really not that good. They're just a little lazy. They just don't make the power that the older ones do. So any event, we're going to get this saw out. We're going to run it for you guys. We got 2 fresh chains on these puppies, and what I want to do is put it up against the 543 XP Husky Cologne. This has been ported. It's a modified saw. It's ported, exhaust mod. We got a Husky cylinder top end in this thing. Other than that, it is all Neotech other than those 2 Husky parts. This saw runs. I mean, it runs. It's one of my favorite mid saws to grab and go with. I do tree work. This saw is awesome. It's so lightweight. Obviously, this is a little bit bigger saw, and obviously, I don't want to get too caught up on the 543 XP because mainly the video is about introducing this Poulan and what we may do to adjustments we may make, and stack it up against the ported 543 XP. This thing's just a maniac. I probably like to put out another video too on this, but yeah, it just runs awesome, guys. You know, this Cologne version, I don't recommend it unless you know how to work on saws, getting into the Chinese stuff. And I'm opening up a whole nother can of worms on that subject alone. But yeah, so this saw is awesome, guys. 30 bucks. I couldn't believe it. I was so excited. The guy went over the carburetor, redid the carb, the fuel line, filter. He did everything and was so close to getting this thing going. And it was just the impulse line. Like, he skipped putting an impulse line on there. And that's, I mean, I put a new impulse line on and it just runs fantastic. I just can't get over the fact it runs that good. What I want to do is talk a little bit about this saw. This saw, I think, came out right before they went to Husqvarna. I think it was Poulan Weed Eater division. So anyhow, this thing is not marketed as a pro saw. However, it pretty much is a pro saw. It's got a magnesium case, you know, a real case to it. It's got a detachable cylinder like all the other pro saws do. It's just much more quality than what you would get at these newer big box store saws, and not to mention more power without a doubt. Are we going to dive into probably modifying this right away? I'm not sure yet. I want to cut with it a little more. I haven't cut with it enough. I've only just barely cut with this thing. So you're going to come along with me getting some input on what I think about this. Well, I mean, this is only 43cc freaking 543 XP. It's going to be good because this all makes some power. Pretty much the same chains, guys. Both got 3H similar chains on here. 20-inch bar, so it should be fairly similar. But these all came as a Type 3. There's Type 1, Type 2, Type 3, and I believe some of the Type 3s have a 60cc 3750 cylinder on them. So I would even like to find the 60cc cylinder for this. Would be cool to do the swap. I got to dig into doing some more research about this thing and what kind of retrofit parts maybe will go on this thing. I'm going to stop blabbing my mouth, guys, and we're going to gear up. I'm going to go out here and get some stuff ready, and we're going to just kind of compare these saws and stack them head to head. I know this is a lot smaller saw, but man, this thing's 3 horsepower stock, so I'm not sure what this saw is, but I ran it. Okay, so I'm just like, man, I think the old Husqvarna might have this thing, but we'll see. Let's go get them in the cuts, guys, and see who comes out on top. All right, guys, up first is going to be the Poulan. I'm going to get it warmed up as best as I can on another piece. I don't have a whole lot of large wood to really cut up. All this is firewood, and I don't want to chop that all up in a bunch of little chopped pieces. So what we're going to do is just warm it up on this piece I have over here, and then we're going to make 2 cuts, and we're going to time both saws. It's really cold out here today, and I apologize. I'd like to do a more extensive comparison, but it should put us in the ballpark, and just give you my input on this this Poulan saw. So we're going to start off with it. All right, cold start, guys. Cold start here. Really not a bad saw. It runs good. My input on the saw, it cuts fine. It really does. I think, you know, putting a 24 on it, which I don't know if I'll do yet or not. You'd probably want to drop the timing numbers down. Get the full long bar good. But it's pretty good with that. So it's all around. It's pretty decent. .543 XP Poulan. Don't think I'll need to prime or anything. We'll choke it. It's cold. It's actually just now warming up a little bit from the sun. Maybe I don't need to choke it. just load it up a little bit, guys. I think the 543 Poulan felt faster. And it should, honestly, guys. I mean, it's got work done to it, but it might be closer than I think. Happy with those saws. Glad to put this saw in the arsenal. So yeah, I won't know until I check the footage, guys. So sorry, I'm not going to do like a whole lot of cutting. It's raw out here right now. Really windy, so we'll get in here, talk about these saws, and first thing I got to do is review the footage and see who the winner is. Well, guys, it's brittle out there. I ain't gonna lie. Both of these are fresh Oregon chains, full chisel 3/8 chains, so that's all the same, 20-inch bars. It's pretty obvious. I knew when I ran this saw that it was, you know, a good saw. It runs really good. Pro style saw. It's not marketed that way, but everything about it is. Looking this saw over, like I say, it's got the 4-bolt removable cylinder and magnesium case. So that makes it really nice, a real robust, nice saw. It definitely weighs more than the 543 XP Cologne, but this is nice for getting up in the tree with. Yeah, I should get a scale down here, but this is obviously a heavier saw. It's a bigger CC. Let's revert back to what are my plans with this saw and what do I think about it. And I say what are my plans because we all know me. I don't leave anything stock. Not one of my saws I use as stock. The 194T is. Actually, I lie. I recently muffler modded the Stihl 194T top handle, and it made a difference. It's not like a like holy crap difference, but it definitely made a difference. I was going to put out a video with that, and stuff went wrong in the footage there, unfortunately. But my plans for this saw are, for now, to leave it stock. Now I may fool around and find a 24-inch bar for this, and I want to see what the saw does on a 24-inch bar. It seems like the low end's there. End to top end's is not crazy. I don't know what these things tack out at. I really would like to look up some information on it. Soon we'll probably tear this thing apart and pull some numbers and maybe even do a base gasket. But for now, I'm going to leave it be, just for the fact that I'm not really worried. It's a cutter. It doesn't have to cut the fastest. It's just got to be reliable, which this thing has been firing right up. It's crazy. Um, I couldn't believe that I only had to put an impulse line on it. But anyway, I can babble on for days. It's a good saw. A little hard to find parts for. That's what I'm a little skeptical on porting this out, because I really think that I bet I could make this walk, this 843 or 543, whatever you want to call it, with doing some work to this thing. But I would like to have maybe just something just a hair bit lighter than the 372. Honestly, guys, it ain't much difference than the 372 XP. It is a little bit heavy saw, but it's a good cutter. If you could get your hands on one, a lot of guys, know Poulan now as just a big box store saws, and they don't think they're worth anything. But I tell you what, these have value to them. And just a quick Google search, you can find that out. But yeah, so very cool saw, and I think you guys are going to be seeing more of it. I may just pull the trigger on trying to find a 24-inch bar and then try just doing a base gasket delete. But it's going to be so hard not to port the thing once I have that cylinder in my hand. So we'll see. I'll see what the plating looks like and everything. But this thing, I already had the exhaust off to do the mod. I looked in there, and there's still rings on the piston. It's not even that worn. Like, it hasn't seen a lot of hours. It looked like getting inside here looked like it really clean. It just looked like he had an exhaust leak, like it might have vibrated loose a little bit, and there was a little carbon around there. I just had to clean that up. But other than that, like, yeah, what a deal for 30 bucks, huh, guys? But yeah, so thanks for watching Digging Deep. I've said it before in my past video or two. I plan on pulling the dyno out. That's something I want to really do. Like I say, I was at the process of refabricating. I got stuff back there. I still might just pull it out for you guys and start playing with it how it is, because it's not a bad dyno for maybe going up to the range of about a 372 XP horsepower range. And I should reflect in the torque too, because I think that puts a lot of stress on it. Long story short, it should be a little bit more beefed up if I'm going to throw bigger saws on there. But for these smaller CC saws, this thing has seen numerous dyno pulls, well broken in saw. And then you guys saw it. This 843, it rock and rolls, man. It's got Husqvarna cylinder on it, Husqvarna piston. I think I'm in like 20 thou or so squish clearance. This thing is just awesome. I couldn't be more happy with this saw. And honestly, guys, if you come across this video, yeah, if you find one of these, awesome firewood cutter, especially if you can get a deal like I did. But for like 140, 50 bucks off of Amazon, now these things are kind of weary with getting parts for them. But if you don't want to spend a lot of money and you just want to do some firewood or just have a good saw for around the house, I tell you, I would almost lean on one of these for the price. But I've had issues, and I'm getting off onto another subject, guys. I've had issues with Chinese saw, especially this blue beast. Maybe I should make a video for you guys about that one. Yeah, that was just an air leaker from hell. Like, I think I had at one time 4 air leaks, and I just had numerous hours in that thing. And I told the guy I was working on the software, I was like, dude, you have no idea. I want to throw this thing in the woods. I have lucked out on Chinese saws and Chinese cologne saws. I only like to buy them usually if it's an actual cologne saw that you can cross-reference the actual saw parts to and from. So yeah, but I got 2 372 colognes, and the one old orange one it's been great. My old man's got one. He loves it. And let me tell you, you can't tell a difference from running one to the other. That's a bunch of BS, because I've been there, done it. I've had 543 XPs, the same saw as this in, and from running one to the other, you could not tell a difference. If you blindfolded threw a blindfold on and you switched them back and forth, and they were set up the same, you're not going to tell a difference, honestly. Now, where you're going to tell a difference is quality in the materials made on the saws. And 100% stuff is going to break probably a little easier, you know, just the way it goes. They just make it cheaper, and quality control. So you might have 5 come off the line, awesome, and then there's that one that they say, oh, ship it. So that's just my input on it, guys. Let me know in the comments if you want to see any more saws go head to head, what you would like to see on a dyno. I want to start with these limbing saw modifications. Now, guys, when I started tree work, I started out with these 2 bad boys right here, and I put pole saw bar and chain setups on them. I think they're the 3/8 mini, but anyhow, that made them cut a little bit faster for sure, and a lot better than the stock bars. I'd like the more narrow profile allowed me to get into the limbs better. These started me off, guys, and they still both run fantastic. They need cleaned up. Like, look at the sap on these things. But guys, these paid for themselves. Anyhow, guys, thanks for watching Digging Deep. I hope you enjoyed the material. Guys, make sure you turn on the bell notification. Subscribe down below. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys want to see. And thanks for watching, guys. Talk to you later.